his mother's cigarettes laying on the table. Decides to try it. A couple puffs later, he likes it. A week or two down the road, he has people buying his own packs. 10 years later, he's fully addicted, can't stop, 20 a day, just going, living life. According to Sue Landry, family friend and the lady who wrote his story, Brian said, "Why stop? Only older people get cancer, right?" 5 years later, Brian Curtis was pronounced dead at the age of 33 with lung cancer. This right here is Brian Curtis, and as he's passing in his family mourning. Good morning. My name is Kyle. I'm here to talk to you about smoking cigarettes, a topic I have exhaustively researched throughout the years. The purpose of this speech is to persuade you guys on this topic. When I'm done, I hope to open your eyes a little bit and maybe make it a little smarter for you guys. Today we will spark the problem, see through the causes, and lastly cut the flame with the solution. Now that you know what I'm going to talk about, let's move on. Like I said, let's spark the problem. I believe that the problem that exists is smoking cigarettes and the detrimental things it does to your body. Now, we all know that it causes cancer, and that's really the big thing that we know. However, according to Patricia McNair, smoking causes cancer, cardiovascular disease, and the big one called COPD. Now, in those cases that develop COPD, their lung declines 3 times the normal rate. Now, as we all know, we need our lungs to breathe in and out every single day. So as you can imagine, someone that declines 3 times that rate has an awful hard time, and living through life breathing that hard is not something you want to be doing. McNair also states that 20-a-day smokers have a 30% greater risk at heart attack. Now, some think heart attacks are freak accidents, but smoking cigarettes only inhibits it a little bit more and gets you that chance to be the next guy. The CDC says that 90% of lung cancer death in men and 80% in women is caused by smoking cigarettes. Now, after hearing that stat, it's not really hard to understand why we're in the top 100 of death totals in the United States. That stat is from the CIA. In my audience analysis, I asked you guys if you knew someone who had passed due to lung cancer or disease caused by smoking cigarettes. About half of you said yes, the other half said no. That's why I felt like this stat was pretty relatable and can really touch your heart a little bit. Now that you understand the problem, let's see through the causes. I believe that this problem exists from 2 main sources: social norms, lack of education, and accessibility. Every day we see these cool kids smoking cigarettes at a younger age because it's socially acceptable, it's cool to smoke. However, it's not. It's a trending topic in the United States. It's something that when someone sees somebody else doing it, they're thinking, oh, he's doing it, so maybe I should do it. And it just keeps going, keeps spiderwebbing out, and it's just more and more people doing it every day. Cancer.org tells us that 18% of high school students smoke. Now, if you think about that, 18%, you don't think it's that much, but these guys are under the age of 18, and more kids are doing it as the numbers are increasing every single day. What's interesting is that 81% of society disapproves of smoking. However, half the population smokes. So as you can see, those numbers don't really correlate, and more people say one thing and do the other, or are pressured into the other because it's the cool thing to do and they want to fit in. The other part of this was lack of education. I believe that people know what smoking does but don't really understand what it does and the detrimental things it does to their body. I feel like if they did know, maybe they would think once or twice more about it. The other source is accessibility. Now, according to the CDC, it's illegal to purchase or have tobacco under your possession under the age of 18. However, every single day we see younger and younger kids smoking, having cigarettes, buying their own cigarettes. They said that it's estimated that 2.6 million kids have bought their own pack of cigarettes under the age of 18. Now, you say there's a law in place, why isn't this enforced? It's because people don't really care about it. They just let it go, let these kids buy it because they're getting the risk, not them. They just want the pretty penny. Now that we know the cause, let's cut the flame with the solution. There's a couple things we can do. We can do one on a general level and one on a personal level. First off, on the general level, I believe that we should create awareness. maybe make a class, a requirement to graduate of just smoking and all the things it does, the causes, the problems, the solutions, and make sure you have to take it before you graduate high school. The other thing we can do is alter the social norms. As it is cool to smoke now, maybe make it not cool. Make sure more people are not smoking because it's not the right thing to do. And the biggest thing about this, the general level, I think we should create it less accessible. Every day when we walk into grocery stores, liquor stores, the cigarettes are right behind the counter. I think that we should hide them. Maybe make sure the people ask them for it. And if they do, we have to ID them. We can't just hand out these cigarettes to younger kids every single day. If you're under the age of 18 and you have one, I believe you should be penalized. Not just a slap on the wrist, put it out. Now on a personal level, be smart. Use your head. Know what you're getting yourself into. Don't go out there and just do something that you have no idea about and down the road you're in trouble. Stop others. I think maybe you should use your awareness to help other people. That I know as a friend, me telling other friends, that's the best way. Because if I know, then I pass my knowledge on to him and then he passes it on to somebody else. And the other healthy alternative I would say would be water vapor cigarettes. They're the same thing, same actions, do the same thing. The only thing is it's not real smoke. It's water vapor, and it's actually friendly because you can do it inside. So now that you know the solution, for the story of Brian Curtis, it did not end well. As for the many millions of other people who smoke cigarettes at a young age, keep going, try to stop, but they can't, it's something that you want to just avoid at all costs. Today in this speech, we have touched on the problem, then we saw through the causes, and lastly, cut the flame with the solution. The one thing I want you guys to take away from this is be smart, use your head, don't smoke, save yourself. Thank you.